Bola. 3.5 Peninsular. Not enough water.
At the moment there is no weather, but from last test, catchment can be on the line on.
But at the source there's enough water coming. But you're getting the water to the...
There's no problem with that.
So only this one is bringing of the water into the plants.
So the problem is getting the water to the plants. $1.8 million.
But the total project is 11. 11 million.
Ito jet taka na nanuku, mentabu na dona mita, wote ngimbulu. Ino mnyoi, ino boto ni solo. Porto sa chiki no. To sa po boleh sa chiki. Ina pesa tu. Kono to lo sa rambu to lo mai. Tanda bos tu na Waivou mai na taka na reservoir. Mela ko bango i kama. Kiuva, ina silai. Buno ko itu buno ka Kiuva, Kiuva di. Mus. Kam lisong. Sinra tini i sata kana ngondong na di wato.
Pam tanga na wait up.
Pam tanga wait up. Nangoni sile kin reservoir. E cut off dona duty pump. Bisa dua ngai di bangun. Ngona ngai lutu kin level mai na taka bi ro onen.
Sambulut.
Yes sir.
Ini pala nata si. Ta. Atau terenji na tim niwe dok.
Arte uterinci gen tim niwe dok. Simdang na competition da kartu.
Jadi kita sudah bertemu tu baru.
Kilumus.
Bisa no.
Iyo. Mburetu. Turun pramin sa ko na mbumbutu na mburetu.
Yang banyak apa kata? Ano to rakai wa yun?
Crazy na siya. Crazy.
Sirama. Ready what to do about it? Yes sir. Kami ang to get na thank you. Yes sir. Kan sudah kan dulu. Serang. Kami dah kolam. Ya tapi kau tunjuk kan tu kan? Tahu tak lebih kau tunjuk lagi. Yo. Tahu kan apa semua itu kan? Ya.
Endok menu itu muy korong.
Oh itu.
Oh, isa. Woi, sana ka jura mata mo.
Oh, ini belum nak Jone Usamate.
Oh, yo.
Pero ka boleh batamente wile bungo.
Oh, na boleh. Mana bi?
Pero ini lau.
Oh, benar ka tau.
Ako muna singa may nangon sal met semper nin to.
Oh, sana ka lungo sarang salon ni lo ko. Na boleh mo na lo mi ka di we. Kalau mo na jura tabi, lo da ko ni. Na boleh. Sali na boleh bro.
Oh,
Sa kira-kira sa kitu madalay ro to na.
iya. Pero masih
Mana?
Eh, ko cuma mo to.
As soon as we get that side sealed done, we'll switch the traffic to the other side. Then we put the remaining here, and
The areas that we need some developments on was obviously Natovi Jetty. Natovi Jetty is becoming a very, very busy jetty. So we need to have a better presence of MSAF on the Natovi Jetty. We're looking at the site where they'll build their office at the top, and places also where the officers might be able to sleep while they're there. Currently we have officers in Natovi who work 24 hours and then they go home away for 48 hours and so forth. So that's one of the areas that we looked at. And we also looked at some of the water sources. Obviously the new water source that we have at Lodoni in the Kiuva-Kaba village, that water source is now fully functional. There's just some issues that need to be ironed out for some of the quality of the taps that they're using in the villages. That's something for the water committee in that village to look at. But we hope to be able to commission that water source in the not too distant future. We had a big look at the big water project that we have at Namau. That is a project that's costing us more than $11 million. One of the problems that we have there is that the amount of water that should be getting to the what's it called, that thing? The package plant. Package plant, eh? Is that what they call it, package plant? The amount of water that should be getting to that package plant is not the level that we want. There's a $5 million liter tank that's there that we can't fill up. That's something that our Water Authority has to identify what the solution to the problem is, and it has to liaise back with the China Railway, who did the original problems, who fixed the piping that has come in for that area. And that was good to see. Then we had a look at also at the water that is being taken across from Waivou across to Kaba, to the Kaba Peninsula. That will be, it's submarine. The pipes are already being laid, almost completed, going across the water to the Kaba Peninsula. Once that water is already fully in place, it'll be able to give a lot more water to that whole Kaba Peninsula. Then we came around to have a look at the new road from Kiuva to Kaba. The road is virtually complete. There's just one bridge that has to be finally fixed up, and we're hoping by the month of August that we'll have to see the road fully functional, so that it will provide service to people in that area. And we're here to have a look at this bit here. Just been told that 4 lanes should be up and running by, at least by the early August, definitely. The 4 lanes will be up and running, and there'll be a little bit more work to do in terms of the beautification of the site. But other than that, we hope that this will be fully functional, available for the people to use.
So they mentioned some of the accidents.
Yes, one of the problems that we have here is people, I was quite surprised, only 2 lanes, temporary. People really have to follow the traffic rules. They've already had 3 accidents at the area where Higgins is doing. We have cars hitting the embankment in the middle, the metal thing. That should not be happening. I think we have to encourage, make sure that you follow the road rules. We can't have this sort of thing happening. We hope that people have some sense and drive the way that they're supposed to drive. Well, it was good to see the progress. A lot of the visits that we have had today, as we said, this particular road is progressing well. So the revised timetable was for the end of this month. There's just a bit more need to be done. Hopefully by the end of this month we'll have the 4 lanes being used. We visited the road from Kiuva to Kaba, which is virtually complete, except for the, I think, one bridge. Yeah? There's one particular bridge. We've had a visit for the water projects from Water Authority of Fiji, the big project at Namau, which is that's a very big one. It's about more than $11 million. It's just the issue of making sure that the water comes down to the package plant. That's something that Water Authority is doing. We had a look at the water project at Lodoni Primary. It's now fully functional. It's just, but it's yet to be commissioned. We also noticed some issues that we have with school kids still waiting by the road when they should have already been in school. So that's something we raised with LTA, to look at where the buses, they're being picked up by the buses or the vans that's supposed to get them, because you want kids to be in school on time. And some of those kids that we met today, they said they normally arrive at school, I think they're Natovi, St. Vincent. They arrive after the first period, so that should not be happening. So those sorts of things will also be liaising with LTA, who are here to see that that can be addressed so people can be on school on time.
So for Kiuva-Kaba, when is government expected to commission?
The road is virtually complete. It's just one bridge left. I think probably around August. I think August is the time. But the water coming across, they're left to waiting for the money to come across from the new budget. So it should not take too long. I think by the month of September at least, that water should be hooked up. That comes across the ocean, come across from Waivou across to Kaba. Okay.